This must be Sonya.
Hi, Jason. Yes, this is Sonya. How's it going?
Really good. So, Sonya Kahn, where you've been hanging out these days? In California?
California, LA.
And how's life down there?
Well, I love LA. It's just windy. This past 2 days, really windy. And probably around about 60 to 63 degrees. But other than that, I just love the weather out here. I love people and, performing around LA on the Sunset Strip.
What are you promoting right now? Do you have another album on the go?
Yes, currently I'm working on new EP.
Okay.
It's more intimate and stripped down version of my songs from my previous album, New Beginning. And I'm thinking to add, let's say, 1 or 2 new songs. But it's going to be just vocals and piano.
So when do you foresee it coming out, in the summer?
This summer, the latest maybe September.
You're, recording your new album. You're going to be having a single coming out, with a video and that stuff?
I haven't planned it yet, but probably, definitely I should do that. The single and the video, it can be a full produced video, or I really love to record a video, like more intimate video of me performing, let's say in my place or a really nice studio live. And since this new EP is going to be all stripped down and me singing and playing the piano, maybe I'll just do that. So my friends and fans, everybody can see me live in action. It's like during the show.
Play all your instruments on these albums?
This New Beginning is probably I did 75%. And a couple of things came out really good, and then I wasn't happy with some tracks, so I went back and recorded with, let's say, session player, and it was faster, and they did a better job, guitars and bass. My first instrument is piano.
Okay.
But I have to get the best quality for recordings.
Now, where did you record this last album?
Oh my God, I use so many different studios around LA. Some of the tracks I recorded just in my bedroom.
Okay.
I used so many different sounds and synths off of my Triton keyboard, and it just make the best whatever I could create at that point.
What's your songwriting process like?
It varies. Sometimes I start with, let's say, lyrics. If there's something I want to talk about, sometimes it just comes all together, and it just varies. And I like to write about so many different things. Love, all kinds of love. It doesn't have to be only romantic. About people, about strong human characters, about friendship and stuff.
And with all that, then the music comes in basically after you write the lyrics sometimes?
Yeah. Let's say, for example, from my latest album, the Friend song, I started to write the lyrics. It was, I went through a really strange situation with my friend, and that was the only way that I could kind of, let it out and talk about it. And it was first lyrics, and then the melody, and then the full production coming up in my head,
Are you going to be playing any shows, coming soon?
Yes. My next show is going to be at the Viper Room. It's next month, May 12th at 8:45.
Now, do you keep busy, playing, like, let's say, all week or every weekend?
I try. Well, ideally, I want to be on the stage every day.
For sure.
Sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Around LA, I try to perform at least twice a month. It all depends on, I do most of my bookings here locally myself. But I travel. I do private shows. I play, anywhere that I can play, I'm there.
And you're a dancer also.
Yes, but lately I don't do dancing much. More focused on the music.
Now, you don't plan on bringing the big, dancing with the music, doing like the whole Michael Jackson productions and stuff like that
I
anytime
hope
soon?
so. Of course, it'll be so much more like interesting and more challenging also for me. But it requires bigger production and more money. And as you know, for an independent musician, it's really kind of tough out there. But it's doable. It's not impossible. So hopefully, pretty soon I'll do that.
I hope so too. Like, look at YouTube. How you enjoying your promotions on YouTube? You got plenty of hits on your videos up to now.
Yes, yes, thank you. Well, social networking sites are just perfect for any other artist, but especially for independent artists. So many people know about you through YouTube, through Facebook, and then MySpace.
And you're like open to all sorts of genres of music also, you know.
I am, because I have so many different influences. Um, and good music is good music. Doesn't matter what kind of genre. I would love to collaborate with, let's say, even hip hop, with reggae, with rock, anything. Anything goes.
Now, who's your most, influential people that you look up to?
They're most. Um, I was influenced by so many big musicians, starting classical music, Bach, Beethoven, Chopin. But when it comes to contemporary music and rock and pop, I was influenced by artists like innovative artists. People that brought something new to the table,
Hmm.
that did something exceptional, something different, not only stylistically, but in with their music. I growing up, I was listening to all kinds of different genres again, but I love Pink Floyd. I loved all rock bands like U2. Not old, but like they're kind of old school.
Yeah.
Metallica, and many even soul artists, R&B artists. I mean, there are so many that I can't even remember to mention their names.
Are you ever gonna make a classical masterpiece album in someday?
Yes, why not? Actually, I am still practicing as much as I can and constantly expanding my repertoire, what I play, classical music, and hopefully soon I can just play a show, classical music, and let's say new pieces, or even with orchestra. My dream is to play and perform with orchestra, Gershwin, the Blue Rhapsody. So. Hopefully pretty soon.
Your classical style, is it mostly with the piano?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I started to play when I was 3, and it was a natural thing to do because I was born into a family of musicians. My mother is a concert pianist and a professor, so it was just like, that was the thing to do. Although my sister didn't like to do anything with music. She played some instruments, but she didn't pursue her career in music.
Now you're saying your mother and that is into music, that played. Is your grandparents also? Like, is it your whole genealogy that is, into music?
Yeah, my grandmother, she was a singer, and she was in she was a DJing, radio. She did all kinds of stuff, and she was an actress too. So I can say not only music, but just art and yeah.
So art and entertainment runs in your blood.
Yes.
Well, that's awesome. A lot of people cannot say that, about their, ancestors, and you can.
Well, it was a big help for me too, also, because my mother guided me through so many things, so many stages of my personal and professional life, and I'm really grateful for that. I wouldn't be who I am right now if I didn't have her as my mother, or even my grandma. So I'm grateful.
Let me ask you, what do you think about, image because I mean I see your photos and all that great stuff. I mean you're a really good looking girl, and
Well, thank you.
the image into music. Does that make a big importance, do you find? I mean, yes, it does, but what's your take on that?
Yes, it does. We all know that. But as a real musician, okay, I didn't think of my image so much, especially when I was starting or planning to record my debut album. It was just, I know that it's very important, but I didn't think about it because by the end of the day, the music speaks for itself, right?
Right.
Or when you perform, if people don't see you, let's say they hear you on the radio, it doesn't really matter what kind of look do you have. Because, it's like all about your performance, your song, how you connect with people, what you say, what is your kind of just the music. It's all about music for me. But the image, so many artists out there nowadays, they base everything on their image. Sometimes music's not even important. They just create this whole thing based on image. But I don't like it. I don't think it's right.
I mean, I'm sure you heard of the stories, grabbing people from the street and just putting an auto-tune in front of them and, just making anything out of it. But,
Yeah.
You're not about that. You're about, real talent. Obviously, you come from, a line of musicians, and that's a plus. But,
Well, thank you, yes. And even though if you have a talent, it just one process. You have to grow, you have to get better, and you have to constantly work on your craft. That's what I believe in.
Now let's go to business part and music part. How much hours in the day do you put into the business part, and does it take out of your music, part of the livelihood?
Unfortunately, yeah. I know what you mean. Unfortunately, it does. I would prefer to write, practice, and perform rather than just do the business part. But if I don't put so many hours and effort into the business part, unfortunately, I'm afraid not that many people will know about me.
Right. I think that's how most people are. I talked to someone and they said, they put 95% into the business and 5% into the music.
Yeah. Well, my percentage is kind of different. I do 70% business and 30 music right now because I have to promote. I have to get my music to certain people, But at the same time, I can't just stop and do nothing with my music. I have to write. I have to record. It's just like that. I'm a musician.
Sure. Now, SonyaKahn.net, KAHN.net.
Yes.
Do you work on this site often? Is it you or is it somebody else handling this?
My site, it's funny you asked me because yesterday I was talking to the designer that I work with. It's a couple of things are done. At first it was created a Flash, very fancy, very beautiful, but it wasn't easy to manage and update. So we had to do more HTML based and
Right.
XML. And there are certain things that I do. I do update my site, but there's things that I cannot do. I'm gonna make a big mess if I even try attempt to do some updates. So that's when I hire really good designers, website designers, to help me out with that.
So where's all the people in the world, find your music? On iTunes?
iTunes, CD Baby, and thousands different websites that I don't even know. Sometimes I go like, oh my God, I cannot believe my music is there. But it just, since I did the digital distribution online, they just put my CD and my music everywhere, and that's a wonderful thing.
Well, that's awesome to hear, and I hope, you keep on making great records and sell lots and lots of albums.
Thank you, Jason.
Oh, no.
That's the plan.
And make a world tour.
Yes,
That'd be the life, and we'll wait until Sonya Kahn can do that.
Yes, never give up, never surrender.
Yes, for sure. Well, Sonya, it's been a real pleasure talking to you, and wish you the best of success. And
It was very nice talking to you too. Thank you very much, Jason.
and thank you for the 3-time effort to call in.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
Thanks.